I started making my signs on a lot shorter posts because if they were 6 feet in the air, the bears saw it as a scratching post and a challenge, and they're always eating them up. But well, this one I lowered down to chest height, but still one came along and took a hunk out of it. If the beavers were active here on Hawks Pond, when they heard water running like that, they'd be over here filling in the hole, preserving their water. This is a trail, or maybe I should call it a canal, that I cleared out last fall one evening. It's really wet and mushy. The brush I kind of threw down to have something to walk on. But the marsh marigolds have really come up thick with the additional sunlight from having all the brush cut. Well, I see my hungry bear's been by, rolling some of these old cabin logs out of the way, looking for some food. I'm afraid that one of these times I'll come by here and he'll have ripped that whole wall down and it'll be all done, but it's been standing here for a long time without him doing it, but time has come. The bear went that way. I only got a short glimpse of it as it ran across that opening, but then I could hear it crashing in the brush back there for quite a bit. I'm not surprised I finally ran into one because there's been droppings all over, especially out here in this area. But as usual, as soon as he knew I was there, or she, fast as it could go, it went the other direction. I didn't see any cubs. Oh, time for another good meal. See what we have here. The old grab bag. Well, they say $25 a pound. I'm eating pretty high in the hog there tonight, I would say. I think we'll save the rest for breakfast in the morning. That's some nice tender venison backstraps for our meat entree. Sweet corn heating up. Well, I'm not surprised that no one's found my morel mushroom honey hole up here. I'm picking up another nice big batch for supper tonight, and if I have enough, I'll do those little scrambled again in the morning. Now here we have some real black morel. On my breakfast rotation, I was ready for another round of eggs, but I was thinking I might have had to break out some Spam or maybe get out some venison tenderloin to go along with them. And then I stepped off the trail to check on something in here, and I came across a real nice batch of black, real morels again. The breakfast is saved. This morning I've been out running around, or not running, just pretty much trudging through here. A little bit of information from the maps and trying to see if I could find any place that Victor might have put a cabin on his homestead. The nice high country behind me here would be the obvious choice of what I've seen, but getting after lunchtime now and I'm pretty warm, so I get down here in the shade, put my drink down here in nice cold water to cool down more while I get a fire going and roast up a few brats. While them brats roast up, I can do a little more calculating with the GPS. See if I can figure anything out. Near as I can tell, I'm on the right track. This has turned into an extra long lunch break. I usually wait and have my thermos of tea or coffee, and there was a little cherry pie in there. That's gone now too. I was thinking halfway through dinner here that there wasn't any wildlife at all, and then a white-throated sparrow came hopping by. Just after that, a snowshoe hare in its brown summer coat came trotting on a little higher ground up there. I thought that was interesting, but then it got really interesting when a few minutes later a pine squirrel came from the same direction. So I got the camera ready for a while because I was hoping that a pine marten or a fisher was going to be coming through on the hunt. So it's so nice to be out here in these swamps and no mosquitoes. Of course, that 31 degrees this morning probably slowed them down again. It's Memorial Day, May the 27th. I'm sitting out here on one of my favorite evening marshes with the trumpeter swans across being pretty quiet. A few other marsh birds calling, but really fairly quiet. You notice there's no mosquitoes buzzing in front of my lens either. That's probably the most surprising thing about this. It warmed up, it's got up to low 60s today and the sun was out. I thought over here in the marsh the mosquitoes would be really coming around. But there's been a few inquisitive ones, but that's about it. That's one of the troubles doing these videos. The wife says, "Oh, you can take out stumps. Good, I got one for you." When it wasn't coming out, I wanted to give up. Now I really know she's watching the videos because she said, "Use that leverage you're always talking about." So now she'll expect me to roll it into that wheelbarrow too. I told her it was too hot out here, but she said it's all for the hostas, you know. And she said, besides, I got a cherry pie for you when you get finished. Well, that's all I needed. Dig and chop away. Well, we're stopped here, taking a little break. It is hot out there. I got out my wood stove book on my Jotul wood stove that I have up north. I get a lot of questions about what kind of a stove that is. Well, to be very explicit, it's a Jotul model 606, as shown in this picture. And here's a note from the previous owner. He got some price list, and it looks like back in 1977 this stove cost $465. So back then, I mean, it was a premium product, and certainly it still is today if you can get hold of one. It sure worked out well for us. Jotul is a really good quality brand, made in Norway. Now I don't know where this is going to end. Now she's talking about maybe I could do trails through her flower beds. And then she keeps looking at Hawks Pond and Swan Lake, and she's getting big ideas there. I think I'd rather go over in the hammock over here and have my pie. I guess this is what you call working on the trails at Martin's house. He's got quite a few little flower gardens like this around. The hollyhocks are in really great shape, and thought it'd be a good chance to do a little shooting and update a few things here from home in Illinois. One thing is I got over here is got my custody today of a little buddy. Hey buddy, come here. Come on, come here. Little buddy gets a little intimidated in all this growth, but here he is. Yeah, here's my little buddy. Cat dog, as we know him. He just had a little incident. Up north we have Hawks Pond, we have the Swan Lake. Well, here we have Bonnie's Pond. And he was walking by and a frog chirped and one leap, and the next thing I know, here's Buddy in the water. So we got him dried off and looking pretty again, so see how we're doing. This is what we call Bonnie's Pond here in Illinois, and the little buddy decided to jump after that frog. We got in the midst of all that, but I wanted to mention, we talked about spring fashions. Of course, that was all a joke in the videos. But coming up, I'm gonna mention a blue-spotted salamander. And when I made the video, I couldn't find the picture, but I found this picture of I took one night in the cabin of a blue-spotted salamander. So this is what it looked like.